I thought I would do a little physical media collection update today. I've recently got a few more things that I've added to my collection, and actually quite a range of different things. I've got secondhand VHS tapes, DVDs, I've got a Blu-ray, although I don't really collect Blu-rays, but this was a special edition, and I've also got a PS2 game. I got really lucky at a charity shop because I've never found VHS tapes in charity shops. It's just something that I've always asked about and never found until the other day, where I got really lucky and managed to pick up free VHS tapes. I'm really hoping I can go back and find some more. I do regularly check in charity shops when I'm passing by for DVDs, but I haven't really been that lucky recently, and it's probably because the ones that they do usually have really good films, but I've already got them. So the DVDs that I've recently picked up are secondhand, but I've got them from eBay. I think I'll start with something that I actually picked up yesterday. I've been wanting this film on physical since I first saw it, basically. It was my favourite film of last year, and it is actually one of my favourite films of all time now, and that is The Substance. So I did pop into HMV yesterday, have a little look at their DVDs, but in the Blu-ray section, they had this edition of The Substance. The main reasons why I don't collect Blu-rays is mainly the look of them. I'm just not a massive fan of the blue edges, but also DVDs just give me so much more nostalgia. But I really did like the look of this. So it comes in this slip cover, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting anything else in this, but it does come with some art cards. The DVD is also really cool. This is the one I like the most because it's basically like a prop from the film. I will quickly show you all of the cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I was so excited to open it and see that I've got a little something extra, and I actually got this Blu-ray on offer. It was just under £10. I thought that was a really good deal for a film that I've been wanting to own for ages, and I'm just so glad that I finally own it and can watch it over and over. Next, I will do DVDs. Although one of them is still in the post, I'm kind of hoping it's going to arrive today, although it does say it could arrive today or tomorrow. The first one is a film that I always recommend. It is one of my favourite films by Ty West. I love the atmosphere and the whole aesthetic of the film, and that is The House of the Devil. I have recently put this in a recommendation video, and probably will put it in many more. I got this secondhand on eBay for only a few pounds. I think this is the only film by Ty West that I needed to get to complete my collection of the films that I wanted to get from him anyway. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I do need to get Maxine. But especially for his older films, this one and The Innkeepers are my favourites. I do also have Cabin Fever 2 and The Sacrament, and I'm also probably missing some in my mind right now. I'm so glad that I finally can add The House of the Devil to my collection. The other film that I've got, I don't have it with me right now, but if it does arrive today or tomorrow, then I will insert some footage of it here. The other DVD that I got is Repo, the Genetic Opera, another film that I've recommended a few times. I've absolutely loved this film since I first saw it as a teen. I did actually used to own it on Blu-ray and probably have it somewhere, but I really don't know where, and also not entirely sure why I got it on Blu-ray. I think it just must have been when it first came out, maybe I got it on offer. I definitely would have got it from somewhere like Blockbuster. This is a body horror, but it also is a musical. I'm not a massive fan of musicals usually. I'm not sure if it's just because it holds nostalgia for me. It has a kind of gothic, almost steampunk vibe to it. The characters are all really interesting and have really unique looks. This is just kind of a comfort watch for me, so I'm really happy that I can finally rewatch it over and over on DVD. The game that I picked up is Evil Dead: A Fistful of Boomstick on PlayStation 2. I have my PS2 hooked up to my old TV for ultimate nostalgia because it just reminds me of my childhood, spending most of my time playing games on my old VHS TV. I got this from CEX, which is a second-hand physical media and electronics shop. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It does come with a little booklet, which is really cool. It kind of just says a little bit about how to play the game. I love it when they come with these little guides because it's just something extra, especially when you collect physical media. You just really appreciate anything extra that it comes with. I have briefly given this game a little go. I just popped it on to see if it worked, what it looked like, and what the controls were kind of like. I've only given it about 10 minutes worth of gameplay, so I'll definitely be sitting down and properly playing this one evening for a cozy game night. I can't exactly remember how much I got this for, but I think it may have been less than £10 or maybe around £12, but I don't think I would have spent much more than that. I think there are also a few other Evil Dead games, so I need to look into those more and maybe add them to my collection because I just think it's so cool having games based on horror films. To me, it's more of a novelty. I don't really mind if they're not the best games ever. And lastly, for this little haul, I have the VHS tapes that I found in the charity shop. They did actually have quite a few, but they didn't really have many horrors. These aren't all typically horrors, kind of horror adjacent, I would say. The top one is definitely horror. So these are the 3 VHS tapes that I got from the charity shop. I got Event Horizon, The Mummy, and Godzilla. The one that I am most excited about is definitely Event Horizon. Unlike the other 2 in the plastic clamshells, this one is actually in a cardboard case. It's still kind of the same sort of like way to open, but I think I prefer this because the clamshells, they are very easy to break. Although the plastic is kind of sturdy, I find they chip, and I had a feeling that one of these was chipped. Yeah, this Godzilla one has some tiny chips, which is fine. I don't really mind. I just prefer the look of these ones because it's like matte as well, so not as reflective. There wasn't that many in the charity shop. There was a few that I already had. I think they had Halloween and The Exorcist. I absolutely love the green edges for the Godzilla tape. It's just so cool. And finally, The Mummy. I haven't seen this in years, probably like 20 years. I remember being absolutely terrified of it, so I am excited to rewatch it. Inside we have a little The Mummy Returns promo, which is kind of cool. So that is it for that mini little haul. I am actually also getting rid of a load of DVDs, but I do need to work my way through quite a few because there are some that I actually have in my collection that I've never watched, and that is just from getting either bundles of DVDs and it having ones I haven't seen in, friends and family passing them on to me, or just buying DVDs or films that I really want to watch and not actually getting round to finally sitting down and seeing them. To combat this, I started a new mini-series, a short form video kind of little challenge called Mystery Movie Mayhem, where I've got a jar and filled it with names of films that are on my watch list and also ones that are in my collection. A lot of them in my collection because I need to get through them to see if I actually want to keep them or not. I have posted the first episode of that challenge and I have filmed 2 more episodes of it, but I haven't got round to editing it yet because I've been so focused on October content, planning and filming lots for then, so everything else is kind of on the back burner till then. The next 2 episodes are actually ones I ended up donating because I wasn't a massive fan of them, so you can kind of see my initial reactions when I post those. I will post them on Instagram first and then probably put them on TikTok and then YouTube Shorts at some point as well. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again in another one soon.